Yeah, all right, hold on. Yeah, that's a thing. Okay. Who are brought in their shadows? Oh, Jesus Christ. Conrad made that joke at me. My bad. I was like, hello, Loxy. Hello, team. Shadowrun Dragonfall. Cool. Let's bid it up. Fuck me, it is Sunday. Good God. Who has more energy on Sunday? Because it is not me. Don't look at the hour and a half walk. Maybe that was part of the problem. You do what you can. Yeah, I probably should have set the time to a 15-minute one like I do sometimes when I need slightly more time. But it didn't, so deal with it, I guess. Yeah, I took a minute to go parent. My plan was I'm gonna lie face down in the dark room for about 15 minutes before I need to go start the stream. And then I kept doing things until it was time to get started. So I go hit the start button and then get busy talking on something else. No time. I mean, that would work too. Oh, cleric, good job. Yeah, Sunday, tired day. Day for tired people. Jesus. And a large gin and tonic. Just a regular size in a large glass with a lot of ice. And a big bottle of water. And checking in with Emma Stitches and Baby K. And suddenly, we are maybe like 3 or 4 minutes past the timer. The timer is an implied promise between me and you, and I keep breaking. No, we're not doing that. I'm not doing the self-guilt thing, but that is pretty funny. We can use that at another occasion to just make fun of people. Who's saying that? Okay. Good God. 92 hours on call? That's ostensibly a much longer time than normal, isn't it? What the fuck? So, did anyone have any, like... Yeah, I know. But given Comrade an option to, shit roster. Did any of the pregnant ladies pop over that time? Is that worth it? I know, right? An accurate time at sea. I was thinking about it. What if there could be a timer that only tells you when I'm about to go live? You can't technology your way out of just being disorganized. Many, that's the opposite of what I wanted. Like nobody, and then you were just relaxing or sleeping the whole time, which, again, did not happen. I understand that entirely. Sometimes there's nothing you can do. You really don't control when babies are just like, yeah, time to get out. I've been served an eviction notice. I'm getting the hell out of here. Bye-bye. At least X minutes. Okay, well. It's exactly what I'm doing. I'm fucking about, but like I do need to do a thing. I'm just finalizing a thing. Someone asked for a link and I'm like, here it is. I need to go find it and then give it to him. Yeah. Okay, we're good. There isn't enough time in the day. Especially, like I was just complaining on my Discord, please type !class in chat to get an invite to the Discord. It goes for you too, VOD watchers, though you will need to go to the channel on Twitch to do it. That's a good point, actually. Is fucking Cloudbot running? The bastard thing would probably just not work because it wants to get away with it. Sure, but how does Luxie know how many things she can, like, end things -1 to get in? Anyway, Cloudbot's up. Like a horse noise. I mean, Baby K in the background, maybe, and I also burped. Like, it could be that. It's probably not, but it could be. Oh, I'll think about it, certainly. I'll think about whether there's a better way to manage the timer situation, or maybe if I'm like, or is it worse? Here's the thing. Is it worse if I end the timer early? Yeah? Because if I'm ending the timer, it honestly feels like, Comrade, your main issue is that you'd like it to be accurate, but does it need to be... Yeah, I did, Luxie. I'm glad you noticed. I just don't want to be that targetedly horny at people. Yeah, see? Because otherwise, if that's the case, I could put it on 15 minutes every time and then just go, oh no, I'm back early. Give me a break. A little bit. Sometimes I'm busy doing stuff. Sometimes the targeted horniness, it comes and goes. I'm like, oh, jeez, it just feels like a lot of effort. What if something goes horribly wrong again? Which, look, that's happened in the past, and we're trying to avoid that. You do what you can. Well, you want to play some Shadowrun? I want to play some Shadowrun. I'm just going to read out things, and we'll see if we get, like, what was the last thing we did? It's been a while. We've had to cancel 1 or 2 Shadowruns in a row. I'm not a vending machine. Yeah, that's true. That's actually a thing I've said a couple of times. The sewers. Oh, I need to click the other button. There you go. A ghostly labyrinth of tunnels and dead-end passageways make up the network of sewers beneath the Cruz Bazaar. You climb down the ladder into the shallow underworld and reel at the wave of foul smells there. Okay, I guess not. That's right. There were ghosts or goblins or ghoulies or nasties. Zombies, jerk faces, bad things down here. And then we shot them with bullets from our gun. Yeah. Yeah. It is light. I stepped into another person's stream. I watched a couple of recordings. Someone else's. Fuck. Wasn't even that bad. It was letting ready run, right? And shit, man. You are light. Yeah. Pump 1, fully operational. How about double pump? Pump is deactivating. Blockage detected. Clearing obstruction. Done. Pump restart is completed with success. Diagnostic success. Pump 2 operating with normal parameters. Cool. Hey. A shambling mound of ragged flesh stumbles towards you. There's a look of desperation in its eyes. Please don't shoot. Who are we double pumping? Oh, man, look, I got a list, and I want to get it started. I just need some easier times to happen in a row. That would be good for me, and that's on its way, I gotta tell you. Yeah. Occasionally, like semi-frequently, I say, I live once in a lifetime experiences other people dream about at least once a year, at least. So what more do I have? What do I have to complain about? The difficulty is that particular anxiety disorders make it harder. Have no timer. Oh, yeah. Have no timer. All right. We're not like the others. Relax. I'm not going to hurt you. And Ghoul's voice comes out in a rasping sob. Thank you, stranger. Considering my condition, I had all but given up hope. Who are you? I speak for the Kriegsbazar school population. The Krieger strain may have ravaged my body. It feebly paws at the grey pustulent flesh that hangs from its bones. But I've retained my mind. Krieger strain? It nods. Of HMHVV, the virus that has infected us, that has twisted us into this. We are not monsters, sir. We are people with an illness, incurable for now, and yet some of us cling to hope. You may think of us as lepers if you wish. Keep talking. We've lived down here under the Christmas for years. For all that time, this place has provided refuge from the world above. We traded our labor for sustenance, both for ourselves and our feral brothers. And we survived. But now our food supply has been interrupted and the feral runs have gone mad with hunger. They're a danger to everybody, even us. You worked for food? Who was feeding you? The doctor, a topsider from your Quays Bazaar. He kept us fed. The contract guaranteed it. Under the terms of our deal, we maintained the pumps that keep the Quays Bazaar's sewage flowing. In return, the doctor gave us medical waste to eat. With proper rationing, we found that we could get by on what he gave us. The Decker monitored both sides to ensure our mutual cooperation. But with her death, the doctor has reneged on the deal. Without the food guaranteed by the contract, the feral ones have gone mad. And in their madness, they've made it too dangerous for us to maintain the pumps. Was this Decker named Monica, by any chance? It nods. Yes, that was the name. Doctor, you mean Dr. Esquibil? Yes, his contributions kept our community alive, helped us thrive. But now that the Decker is gone, he has demanded payment for our feedings. We have no money, but he does not care. He tells us that we must find some, or that he will let us starve. You were the reason why the sewer system took care of itself. Yes. In truth, we would still work on the pumps even without the doctor's payments. We love our occupation. It helps us feel human. But the changes wrought by the Krieger strain require us to eat human flesh. If we don't, we wither and die. Without regular feedings, we will have no choice but to hunt for our food. I think that I have a solution to your problem. Its milky eyes widen. Yes, please, whatever you could do. Our situation is desperate. I'm going to have a little talk with Dr. Esquivel. The ghoul nods. Yes, perhaps you can convince him where we could not. We have a comlink provided to us by the Decker. It is a direct line to Esquivel's office. If you call him, he will answer. So, use the comlink, sure, but I'm actually going to walk up there in person because I don't want to give him the opportunity to fucking run. I don't know. Maybe the feral ones ate some flesh and felt a little better for a bit, and then they were like, "Oh, that's the secret." Okay. Also, that the fresh air of the Crisp Bazaar is a welcome relief after your time in the sewers. A cool breeze drifts across the street, carrying with it the smells of food being prepared, cheap alcohol being poured, and fires being lit against gold. The stench of the sewers, however, still lingers in your nose, a bad olfactory aftertaste. At least the pumps are working again. Sewage overflowing into the streets would certainly smell far worse. Neat. The podcast I listen to, which, again, potentially giving too much information to the internet, but whatever. Cool people who did cool stuff have a book club that happens every Sunday where the host, she reads you a book, or at least part of a short story or something. Part 3 of a novella by Cory Doctorow came out today. Loved it. Great for my afternoon walk. Had a great time. We gained karma. Please tell me we didn't complete the quest, because we did not complete the quest. I just left so I could go talk to the dude in person. Because otherwise he could just fucking run, right? Anyway. Today, there was a joke where they were like... One of the hosts, Robert Evans, is like, oh, no, we're going to use fucking Shadowrun 2nd edition, baby. Those rules are stuck in my head, and I don't know half of it, and it's so good. Leaving is probably an option for completing it. Let's see if we can talk about it. You son of a bitch, it's time to load our goddamn save. That's very irritating to me. I don't strictly think it's the game's fault. Back to the Crows Bazaar, the sewers. Happy 101st puzzle plus. Amazing. Yeah, game said here, use this thing, and I'm like, I'm not gonna. Yeah. $400? What did I say? 101st? Not gonna hurt you. Who are you? Keep talking. You work for food. Deccan and Monica. Dr. Escabel. Solution. Gonna talk with him. Go talk to the thing. Great. Well, fuck. Anyway. Boop. You pick up the comlink receiver. It's a custom job cobbled together from a jumble of high-end parts. It reminds you of your mission computer. Monica's handiwork. There's a series of staccato clicks as the connection is made. Dr. Escabel's voice pours into your ear. It's thick with a blend of irritation and insolence. If you're calling me to beg again, you might as well hang up now. I've been bled dry by you people for too long now. There are plenty of chop shops and organ leggers out there who'd pay good money for... Let me cut you off right there. This is Pendrelin, Dr. Escabel. Yes. Pendrelin? Escabel tries to hide the surprise in his voice. He doesn't do a very good job. What are you doing on this line, my friend? I've just had a very interesting conversation with some of your long-term customers. I don't know what these things have told you, Pendrelin, but they are not my customers. They've never paid me a thing for my services. And cut the shit, Doc. We both know what they've been doing for the Crows Bazaar. Yes, for the Crows Bazaar, not for me. Why should I continue to give them valuable material for free? You signed a contract. I'll make this easy for you. If you don't feed these ghouls, I'm going to feed you to them. Escabel's voice goes ice cold. It's never a good idea to threaten your doctor, Pendrelin. You never know what might happen the next time you're lying on the operating table. If anything happened to me on your table, the rest of my team would come looking for you. Ah, yes, there is that. There's a long pause. Finally, you hear a sigh. When Escabel speaks again, his voice is heavy with resignation. Tell your friends that I've changed my mind. Their feedings will resume directly at no additional cost. There's a click as he disconnects the line. Yeah, I probably should have, straight up told him, you live here, you need it to work. It's an appropriate statement, but I'm just pissed at him for saying, something like, they haven't done anything for me. Fuck that guy. I've spoken with Escabel. You can expect your regularly scheduled feedings to start up again any day now. Thank you so much, Topsider. This means more to us than you can know. Yeah, one additional karma for talking through it. Very worth it. Oh, I didn't look this earlier. All right. Item added. Hyper. Yeah, well, nope. It's fine. He doesn't need the roads to work. Good news, everyone. The slime pipes are flowing again. Also, we have successfully dealt with the feral ones by shooting them. Ah, video games. We solve problems with violence. And we're good at it. You could use medkits outside of combat via the PDAs. Yeah, what if... No. I bet now if we go talk to him, they'll... No, I bet there's a small change, but not much. Drek, finally. I was worried that it wouldn't come out back either. So tell me what happened. Everything go okay? It's taken care of. You can leave after you give me my money. What about Victor? Your friend isn't coming. I'm sorry. Christ, poor Vic. I don't know how I'm going to tell his folks. Real close-knit family they were. I found this on his body. Maybe you could give it to them? Hey, thanks, Del. He turns the manual over in his hands and rubs his thumb over the KO1 paper cover. They'll appreciate it. Here's the money I promised you. Cool. Spend karma. What's that? Min-max us even more? Why, I'd be happy to. What's that next etiquette? Etiquette is at 6. I want that. Min-max even more? Why, I'd love to. There's literally no benefit to go even further. Like, sure, there is benefit. There's no, like, get an extra spell work. Ley lines visible. Like, no, we're good. You get to the maximum and that's it. Then we definitely need to find something else to do with it. Like, maybe it'd be good to have literally any weapon skills. This is where Corey says something like, yes, that's an excellent idea, you idiot. Well, I want more etiquette. So I can speak something cool. Quests. You bound to farm in the laboratory. Payday. Pay Alice. We're still just getting money. Okay. Oh, la-di-da. There is Comrade coming up with the you should be sensible. I don't think we do that here. We don't do sensible here. What are you talking about? This is the same as last time. Yeah, just checking in on you. No, this is different then. Money problems aside, you doing okay, Blitz? Not too bad, Chief. Not too bad at all. Staying right cozy in here. This probably goes without saying, but it's also nice to have my skills appreciated by someone who isn't a drug-addled psychopath. Gang life is getting old. Why are you so strapped for cash? With all the work we've been doing, you should be rolling in million. What can I say, Chief? He tries on a thoroughly unconvincing smile, but immediately seems to think better of it. An anxious look returns to his face. I have expensive tastes. How expensive are we talking here? Even if you had a raging crime habit, I think that you'd have at least some money left. Expensive? Truth be told, I'm in debt. In debt to who? He hesitates before responding. When he does, his voice carries an edge of annoyance. No offense, but this is getting a little too personal, Chief. My debts are none of your business. You come to me begging for work and then tell me it's none of my business? No, Blitz, you tell me why you need the money. Blitz shakes his head in exasperation. All right, fine. First off, you don't need to worry about anyone coming after me. My debts are to a bunch of old contacts. If I don't pay him, I'm going to lose them in this line of business. It isn't smart to burn bridges. Second, before you ask, those debts are for services rendered. I was in a tight spot, I needed some help, and I threw around a lot of IOUs to get it. Third and finally, the trouble I was in involved a girl. I'll tell you about it if you ask me to, but we're verging on deep into personal feelings territory. So if you don't want to hear me sob over my ex-girlfriend, you'll drop the subject now. So it's up to you, Chief. You really want to go down this road, or shall we keep this relationship professional? Go ahead, tell me. I'm interested. Blitz meets your gaze for a moment, then looks away and sighs. All right, where to begin? I met Emily in Dragonfall. She was the first person who ever was more important to me than myself. I was crazy about it, Chief. To this day, she's the only person I've ever met who could outdeck me, and the real kicker is she wasn't even a decker by trade. There was nothing she wasn't good at. I like to dabble in rigging, but Emily, yeah, that girl could pick up anything she set her mind to. Sounds like a hell of a girl. She was. She just made things right. No matter how stupid I was, no matter what I got myself into, she made it right. I don't think much of many people, Chief. Emotional attachments aren't really my thing. Love seems like a diluted word these days, so I won't waste it on Emily. Let's just say that she was important to me. And then I lost her. I didn't know what was happening. It just came out of nowhere. One day she was just gone, along with most of my decking gear. The only explanation was a handwritten note on old-fashioned paper. Leave me alone. That was it. We've been together for years, and that was all she left me. That, and this beat-up old cyber deck. Naturally, I freaked. We had a fair share of arguments, but we never had a huge blowout or anything. I couldn't think of anything that would drive her to do a thing like that. Mostly I felt hurt, so I searched for her in the real world and in the Matrix, and when that turned up nothing, I started tapping my contacts, and that was when I started racking up debt. So, did you find her? No, she's gone, Pendulum. Without a trace. I looked high, I looked low, poked into everything I could think of, and my contacts did the same. He shakes his head. She's gone, Chief. And at this point, I've accepted that, but I still have to repay those debts. I'm surprised you've given up so easily. There must be some place you haven't looked. Yeah, fucking hit me up with a tragic backstory, baby. I'm going to solve everyone's problems. Power fantasy! My power fantasy is solving problems for people. Yes, please, baby. He blinks. I don't know, Pendulum. I really did look everywhere and at great personal cost. If she means that much to you, you owe it to yourself to try. Yeah, you might be right. He shakes his head. Fuck. Thought I was done with this, but you're right. Without some kind of closure, I'm never going to be at peace with this. Thanks for the talk, Chief. I'll let you know how it goes. You do that, Blitz. Good luck. Please ask me to help you. I'm begging you. Yeah, it's funny. It goes hand in hand. In video games, I like to sleep with people and solve problems. Post payday for sale. Human is safe list account. A safe house. Go kill some fascists, everybody. Have fun. Inboxing your messages. Hijack shipments. Metback. Grenari. To Pendulum. We valued your hardware coming into the Crest Bazaar. We need to talk. One of my weapon shipments was hijacked by a local gang. I can promise 500 million, and if you can recover the shipment, I'll have some new gear in the shelf. Come see me for details. We need to talk. Come see me at your earliest convenience. There's a matter we need to discuss. Okay. Jobs directory. Claim payment for the humanist data steal. Submit the job as finished and await your client's response. A few moments later, a message pops onto the screen. Here's the payment as promised. Beckenbauer. 22.56 negative 11 for Alice funds. Oh, that happens? Okay, cool. Jeez. That's good. I thought, fuck, I need to... Active farmer cleanup job. That's right. Prototype extraction. Amsel's face winks onto the screen. Pendulum. He will find the complete transcript of my conversation with Herr Schmidt, a potential client. As you will see, the details of the job are a bit more vague than I would like, but the payout is quite substantial. After reading the transcript, you may choose whether or not to accept the job. If you respond to the affirmative, our client will be notified and I will make all necessary preparations to run. One more thing. Herr Schmidt provided me with a device to assist you in the run. He calls it a little black box. Apparently it can be used to compromise the power and security systems of the run site. If you opt to take the job, be sure to take it with you. Amsel's image flickers and winks away. A moment later, a glowing blue text field begins to scroll up from the bottom of the screen. Greetings, Herr Amsel. I trust that this connection is secure? Naturally. To whom do I have the pleasure of speaking? Call me Herr Schmidt. Very well, Herr Schmidt. You have some business for me? Indeed. I have a job for your team, a simple matter. Judging by what I've heard of your team, I imagine they will be well suited to the task. Go on. The interests that I represent have learned that AG Chemie Europa is working on a company-wide project. Something very secret, very new. Reliable sources inform me that they're keeping a working prototype of this new venture at their Berlin facility. I see, and your employers wish us to acquire this prototype for them? Naturally. What is this project? If you want my team to grab the prototype for you, they will need to know what they're looking for. I'm not at liberty to say. I can tell you that the prototype has been branded MK6. I can also tell you that your team will fund on the 25th floor of the Berlin facility in the office of one Albrecht Horsthofer. Further, I can assist your team in disabling building security and getting access to the 24th floor. From there, however, they will be on their own. Oh yeah, that's going to go so well. Such vagueness can be dangerous, Herr Schmidt. I will not commit my team to a run without a better understanding of what the job entails. Facing such dangers is the purpose of a Shadowrunner, Her Amsel. Your team will be rewarded handsomely for the services. My employers have set aside 20,000 nuyen for the job. Consider it hazard pay if you wish. Make it 25,000 nuyen or look somewhere else. 2250 nuyen. Final offer. 22,500. Very well. I will pass your offer on to my team. Are there any further details that you can provide? Horsteffer's office will be locked behind a vault door. The lock is old-fashioned of the mechanical variety. I'll provide your team with a copy of the key. I will also supply you with a little black box, solid-state device that your team can use to override a variety of building systems. Your team will enter through the facility's underground garage. When your team has acquired the MK6, have them exit through the same garage. I will have a van there waiting to extract them. Thank you, Herr Schmidt. I will pass on your offer to my team. Good day, Herr Amsel. Accept. Cool. Take a moment. I'll meet up with Dr. Escabel and Ganari. As you approach, Iga turns to face you. Her rifle has been field stripped and is lying in pieces on a sheet of butcher paper. Arranged in a neat row along the edge of the paper are bottles of copper solvent, war cleaner, and lighter fluid. Our fearless leader returns. What do you need? I'd like to hear about your time in the KSK. She shakes her head. No. I'm not in the habit of sharing war stories, Pendrelin. Not with people who've never served. It doesn't have to be a war story. I just want a better idea of who I'm running with. She looks you in the eye for a moment, evaluating. Finally, she shrugs. All right, Pendrelin, you win. I owe everything to my time in the KSK, from my street name on down. So, you tell me what you want to know, and I'll see where this goes. Tell me how you got your street name. Back when I was in basic training, a fellow recruit made a vulgar joke at my expense. He said that I reminded him of the north face of the Eiger and the Burmese Alps. Huge, beautiful, but dangerous to climb. His tone left little doubt as to what sort of climbing he had in mind. I think he was just trying to preposition me in his clumsy way, poking me in front of the other recruits to try and provoke a reaction. She shrugs. Anyway, he got one. I broke 3 of his ribs and the name stuck. Remind me not to preposition you. Frown crosses her face. Either you're trying to be cute or you completely missed the point. Neither would surprise me. I didn't break his ribs because he prepositioned me, Pendrelin. I'm not a goddamn savage. Put that recruit down because he demeaned me. He did in front of our peers. And so you got angry and you attacked him. That about right? Yeah, it is. And a damn good reason to be angry. If you can't see that, you're even more clueless than I thought. One way or another, I was getting saddled with the name Iga. As soon as that idiot made his little joke, it was a foregone conclusion. My only choice in the matter was whether it happened to his terms or on mine. If I hadn't broken that twit's ribs, the name Iga would have meant a difficult sexual conquest to a whole barracks full of recruits. That's what it would have been to them from this point on. Thanks to what I did, my new name meant the troll who doesn't take shit from anyone instead. Tell me, Pendrelin, which would you rather be? The second one. Sorry, Iga, you did the right thing. Damn right I did. Nothing in the... Out in the field, nothing will kill you faster than losing respect to your team. I'd remember that if I were you. That's good advice anyway, out in the field or here in the shadows. She nods. By the way, Pendrelin, I'm aware that it's more than a little ironic for me to be telling you this. After Monica's death, if you were the one who was dressing me down in front of Amsel and the rest... Well, anyway, I don't want to dwell on it. I just want to say that I'm sorry for putting you in that position. She straightens, clears her throat. Anyway, you need anything else, or can I get back to prepping for our next run? Tell me about your team. She nods. Fair enough. I guess that you've earned it. There were 8 of us, 2 commando squads working together as a single unit. Schmidt and Lange were combat deckers, Wolf was our rigger and combat engineer, Fisher handled demolitions, Braun was medic, and the rest of us, Metzger, Kruger, and myself, were weapons experts. The mission was extraterritorial, technically illegal, but important enough to justify the risk. We'd been sent across the border into Poland. The Russian mafia had set up a cottage industry and human trafficking all along the Oder-Neisse line. It was our job to disrupt it. Go on. We were a good team, experienced. We went through a lot together and we chalked up a lot of kills. In our own way, I'd like to think we did some good. Who was in command? Metzger, best leader I've ever had the pleasure of serving under. Her face clouds. He was a hell of a man. But he went down with the rest of the team. Everyone but me. What happened to the team? She shakes her head. No, that's one story I won't be telling. They died. That's all you need to know. Thanks, Iga. So something else you want to talk about? Or can I get back to cleaning my rifle? No more questions. Thank you, Ida. She turns back to her disassembled components of her rifle. Sure thing, fearless leader. Good talk. Glory. The first time since you met her, Glory's expression seems to brighten. It's subtle, but it's there. You're sure of it. Pendulum, a pleasure as always. Need anything from me? How you doing, Glory? Golden as always, Pendulum. No problems here. If I didn't know any better, I'd think you were warming up to me. She studies her face for a moment before responding. I suppose you might say that. I don't talk to many people, Pendulum. It just doesn't seem to be worth the effort. I don't really feel much anymore, not since... She caresses the chrome of her forearm with a hand made of articulated steel. If that's true, why are you still talking to me? I suppose because you've shown an interest and because you haven't let me push you away. She locks eyes with you. Her expression is blank. I don't want to mislead you, Pendulum. I still don't feel anything, not warmth or friendship or even trust. But I can appreciate the effort you're making. It's something new, and it's worthy of exploring. Are you ready to tell me about that chrome you're spotting? I'm getting there, Pendulum, but you'll have to give me some time. The answers will come when they do. You said that things went bad when you turned 14? I'd like to keep talking about that. She stares at you, her face expressionless. No, I'd rather not. Why not? Because I don't see a reason to. The memories are unpleasant and dredging them up doesn't serve any real purpose. You're wrong about that. The last time we talked, it had an impact on you. That's reason enough to continue. She pauses a moment to consider your words, a troubled look on her face. I suppose that's true. Feeling discomfort is better than feeling nothing at all. All right, here's the deal, Pendulum. I'm going to talk. You listen. When I'm done, I'm done. No complaints and no arguments. We'll see what happens. Deal? Deal. Right. The 1,000-meter stare creeps back into Glory's eyes. A moment later, she's locked away in her own head again, reliving memories that she'd long since filed away. So a few days after my 14th birthday, I began to express magically. Go on, Glory. There's another long pause, and Glory becomes more animated. She said we don't ask questions. I'm not asking questions. I want to ask all of those questions. We're not going to. Anyway, I turned 14. I awakened. I don't even remember how my parents found out about it anymore. I think that my dad caught me playing with a tiny city spirit that I coaxed out of a pile of garbage, something like that. With everything that happened afterwards, those days are a kind of a blur. What I do remember is that my father's response to the revelation his little girl was a witch, a hexe. He beat the living shit out of me with his fists, and then his belt, and then a claw hammer that he grabbed out of his toolbox. All the while, my mother was screaming and flailing at him. She took a couple of licks with the hammer too. I'd very much like to murder your father. It's a common sentiment, believe me, but I appreciate the thought. So finally, after what felt like an hour, Dad stopped tuning me up with the hammer. I had broken ribs, a busted arm I couldn't see out of my left eye, and my entire right side was covered with one giant bruise. I was bleeding all over the place, making a real mess of the carpet. The old bastard spat on me, his bleeding, crying daughter. He spat on me and told me that I was des Teufels her, the devil's whore. Then he kicked me out of the house. As I was crawling away, my father told me that if he or any of his crucified brothers ever saw me again, they'd treat me as the Berlin chapter treats the enemies of God. If you're not familiar with how the crusaders here in Berlin deal with heretics, it's decidedly less pretty than what my dad and his buddies did to their victims. I got the hint, and next morning I hitched a ride out of Stuttgart. Go on, Glory. I wound up in Tübingen. I figured it would be a safe enough place to find medical attention and maybe to call home. It's not far from Stuttgart, but it has a huge student community that I figured I could blend into, and the university there has a decent magic department. My ride dropped me off at the university hospital, and they patched me up pretty good. I had some questions for how I got so beaten up, but I lied and told them I'd been mugged, which played nicely into my complete lack of cash credit and identification. Glory pauses for a moment and looks down at the floor, then fixes her eyes on you. She is visibly tense. We're going to fast forward through the next few years. I was a kid on the street. I got by as best I could, doing whatever I had to do. The rest we can leave up to your imagination. Good? You did what you had to do. I'm no stranger to that myself. I don't think anyone working in the shadows is. She nods. I figured you'd understand. So anyway, I lived on the street for a few years, got used to being hungry all the time, got used to getting rained on, got by. I was painfully aware that I had magical talents, but without any kind of training or guidance, I didn't know how to use or develop them. Truth be told, they scared me, so I more or less ignored them. So it just sort of went like that until a few days after my 17th birthday. Then I met Marta and everything changed. Marta was a sweet girl. At first I took her for a street kid like me. Her clothes were a little ratty and she seemed comfortable being near me, but she also looked well fed and happy, and those were two things I hadn't been in years. We started hanging out. Before I knew what was happening, I was in love. There was a genuine attraction between Marta and me, I think. But I also think a lot of my affection for her came from the fact that she was the first person in years to give a damn about me. She cared, and I loved her for that. Glory pauses. She looks flustered, her composure cracked. Keep going, Glory. She stares at you for a beat, then nods. A few ragged breaths later, she continues. Marta told me about a place where she'd been hanging out. She invited me to join her there. It's called the Feuerstale, the fireplace, and it was sort of a commune for dispossessed youth. One sec. I just had to clear my throat. It turns out a lot of the street kids I'd known over the years had moved there. The way that they'd been disappeared, I assumed they'd been kidnapped or killed or had gone back to their parents. But there they were. I remember being kind of angry about it, like how did everybody get the memo about this but me? Marta calmed me down. She was good at helping me work through my feelings, and I wound up following her to the Feuerstale. To a street kid, it was basically paradise. The owner, a guy named Howard, set up this little farm just out of Tübingen in the Schönbock forest. The Schönbock is officially a nature park, but not many people go there nowadays. Too much fear of paranormal animals, I guess. Anyway, park or not, it was plenty big enough for us to hide in. It was also safe and pretty, and the farm was well stocked with food. Most importantly, Feuerstale gave us a sense of community and stability that we'd never had on the street, and we loved Harrow for that. He became like a surrogate father to us. Glory pauses again, and you recognize a distinctive flush in her cheeks. She seems to have come out of her reverie once again. That's enough for now. I need to process all of this, and I don't want to continue forward until I've had the chance to do that. I know that this all happened years ago, but I guess it's still pretty raw to me, so I'm going to ask you to give me some space for a while. She turns away, and the frost begins to creep back into her voice. We can pick it up again, back up later. Always check in on your party members. Watch DVDs. Yeah, okay. What have we got? Watch. Oh, yeah, we've seen this. Adrian Verclair Goes Nuts. Second DVD. Alright, we don't need that. You really came through for me, boss. You ever need anything from me, anything at all, and you call on me, I'll come running in it. How's Alexander holding up? He's a good kid, that nephew of mine. Gave him some time and he'll shake Styles programming. It might take a while, but he'll adjust to life in the Crest Bazaar. In the meantime, I found a good home for him. Samuel's agreed to take him in. Is that why? Samuel's employees had no love for humanists. Most of them don't even like humans. Best thing for the kid will be to learn through immersion. If he stays with Samuel's group, he'll have no choice but to interact with meta-humans. Soon enough, he'll learn that they're no different from anyone else. First few days will be rough, no question, but he'll make it through and come out other side a better man for it. He seems like a tough kid. I don't doubt you're right. Dietrich claps you on the shoulder. You're a good man, boss. On to other things. Remember what I was telling you back before we climbed into the van? Yeah, you were saying that Dragon Slayer was happy and that you'd been given a reward? That's right. Thanks to our, let's not mince words, heroic actions back in that swine pit, the Dragon Slayer has been seen fit to grant me his favour. His grin widens. And now I know what that means. What I can do with it. Well, don't keep me in suspense. He gestures at the ground near his feet. This. As you watch, the spot that Dietrich is pointing at begins to glow. Lines of force spread out in a scintillating web, and a feeling of raw power suffuses your body. I've just torn open a channel between myself and the Dragon Slayer. That power you feel is his power, pouring through the aether and into that spot. If you're familiar with ley lines, it's the same basic concept. A consecrated patch of ground. As long as I stand in that spot, all my magic gets stronger. He crosses his arms over his chest. Not bad, huh? What about another major shaman? Could someone else benefit from one of these channels too? He shrugs. Don't see why not. Like I said, it's basically a ley line. As long as you're on the Dragon Slayer's good side, I don't see why you couldn't use it. My idol, he isn't stingy with his gifts. Anyway, boss, I want to keep fiddling with this, learning to properly control it. I'm sure that you've got things to do as well. You take care of whatever else it needs doing. By next run, I'll be ready to use it. Sounds good. Take care, Dietrich. You too, boss. Dietrich sounds a bit too similar to Blitz. I need to work on that. I'll figure it out. Dante, you gotta keep following me around? Alright. Let's go talk to this doctor fuck again. Welcome back. What can I do for you, my friend? Hope that our recent misunderstanding won't have an impact on our ongoing business relationship. Misunderstanding, Pendulin. I'm sure that I don't know what you're talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about? You're not hearing me. I don't know what you're talking about. I know nobody in the sewers, and you know nothing of my extracurricular activities. As long as you're on board with that, our business together can continue unabated. Deal? Deal, Doc. Good. Now let's move on to other matters. Do you have business for me? Some work you need done, perhaps? Got your message. What do you want to discuss? Business. I have a job for you. A little surprised you want to hire me. We haven't always seen eye to eye. That's true, we haven't, but I'm confident that you're the right man for the job. Good enough for me. Good, so let's get down to brass tacks, shall we? Back before I emigrated here from my native Spain, I worked in a partnership with a Berlin-based R&D lab. The biotech that they were developing was very hush-hush, very cutting-edge. Our arrangement was that I would bankroll their research and that they, in turn, would provide me with unique merchandise to sell in my clinics. Clinics? He had more than one. Certainly, I must confess that before I moved to Berlin, I was something of a celebrity doctor. I had a chain of triage clinics that was stretched from Bilbao to Madrid. I was a very wealthy man. But then my name was slandered, and a fickle mistress that his public perception turned against me. An ugly business, I assure you. Even talking about my fall from grace makes my stomach turn. The injustice of it all is almost too much to bear. I'm sure it is. I came here to Berlin to escape all of that, but I also came here to be closer to the lab that I'd funded, and the merchandise that I am owned. So let me guess, you want me to go fetch your merchandise? Yes. And to find out what happened to the lab itself. The facility is locked down, you see, nearly impenetrable, and I have no idea why. As I was packing to move to Berlin, all was well. 16 hours later, I arrived to discover the building locked tight with my merchandise inside. The Altog has been running surveillance on the site since I set up shop here. In that time, no one has entered and no one has left. Whatever went wrong in there must have killed the research team. I want you to find your way into the building, recover the cyber tech that they were developing, and find out what happened to the researchers. In that order. All right. Okay. If your merchandise has been sitting in this building for 2 years, why didn't you approach Monica about this? Who says that I didn't? I had a, let's say, tumultuous friendship with your dear departed Monica. We had our ups and downs, you see, and on this subject she was most certainly down. That was her choice. I am hoping that you'll be savvy enough not to make the same mistake. If the building has been abandoned, I'm surprised that the lot it's sitting on hasn't been gobbled up by some corp or another. Don't be. Back when I was a wealthy man, before my legal troubles, I paid the lease for a decade in advance. And before you say anything, yes, it was a huge expense. But what's locked away inside of that lab is worth 10 times more. 10 times what I've spent on it. I don't want anyone laying claim to it but me. All right, let's talk compensation. What's in this for me? I can't afford to pay you Nguyen, and that's your own fault, by the way. You shut off a good chunk of my revenue when you pull that stunt down in the sewers. But what I can do is give you first crack in any biotech that you recover from the site and make it available to you at a discount. This is top of deadline ware that we're talking about, mind you. Better than anything else I've got in stock. And because it's biotech, the essence loss from implanting it will be minimal. It's a win-win, even for a mage like you. So what is it going to be? Will you take the job or not? All right, Doc, I'm in. Excellent. The facility that you're looking for is the former laboratory of Sutherland Bioscience. Take the U-Bahn to the Adenauerplatz. You're sure to find it. Best of luck. Cool. I'd love some biotech. Let's do it. Biotech, baby. Metbach. Welcome back. You need some weapons? Some ammunition, perhaps? got your message about the missing shipment. How can I help? He nods. Aye. A gang from nearby Kets has been hijacking shipments bound for the Crash Bazaar, taking money out of our pockets. I could use your help to stop this from happening. Your dear departed Monica used to provide encryption and information control for the Crash Bazaar. Now she's gone, we merchants have been having no end of trouble. The obvious answer is that a gang has been intercepting our communications. What kind of communications? Shipping manifests, payment orders, that kind of thing. A group with an agenda can use that information to set up an ambush, and that's just what this gang has been doing. Several cargo trucks full of goods have already been hijacked en route to the Crash Bazaar. I had a tracking device placed on the last shipment that I sent out. Containers full of weapons and medical supplies. Sure enough, it got taken, and I've tracked it to Gesunbrunn. If you've never been there, it's a kit built out of an old U-Bahn station and some old bunkers. Rumor has it a new thing called the Rabengeister is holed up there. I suspect the two things are related. So I need you to go to Gesunbrunn. There you go. Find the Rabengeister and get our goods back. I can offer you 500 new yen for the task. If you can recover a missing weapon shipment, I'll be able to sell you some better hardware too. Can you tell me anything else about this gang, the Rabengeister? He frowns. Not much, I'm afraid. From what I've heard, the Rabengeister are tricky. They have a reputation for stirring up trouble and disappearing without a trace. I would tread carefully in Gesunbrunn if I were you. How do I get to Gesunbrunn? Just take the U-Bahn. The line still runs, though not many folks stop at Gesunbrunn anymore. The market there used to be something of a tourist attraction, but I think they've fallen on hard times recently. I'll take care of it. Good. It's about time I had some new inventory come in. And one more thing, Pendulin, I'm going to need you to go light on this one. Take a friend along if you'd like, but no more than one. If you spook them, they could trash the merchandise. Best go quiet. Best to go soon before the trail goes cold. All right, we'll do it right away. Let's go. Gesunbrunn it is, baby. Getting ourselves some upgrades. Also, take one other person? Fuck, man. Birch Run, MK6. Missing shipments. Combat medic, spellcaster. This'll go fine. Let's go. Inventory full up. We don't need 3 of them, so let's unequip that. Unequip that. All right. Pomelo. Shaman Pugilist. All right. Lucky Strike. I literally don't know how to unequip them. Whatever. Skills, cyberwork, good. None. Fucking kick-ass. Okay. Let's go. Bring in the girl. It's glory time. We glory hounds in this house. Hard times. It is a short train ride to Gesunbrunn. Yeah, rock the quest bar. Nice. He exits the subway car, stepping onto the old grungy platform. The place is deserted, though signs of life are everywhere. A gaping hole in the ceiling filters cool, hazy light in from above. To your right, a small plot of crops struggles to endure in the cold and the limited light of the station. Trash and junk litters the platform. It's clear this place hasn't had anything resembling a janitorial staff in quite some time. Somewhere in this old, run-down U-Bahn station lies the entrance to the Gesunbrunn Gates, and hopefully some leads on the whereabouts of the Rabengeister and Gunari's missing shipment. We currently don't have a Decker or a Shaman, so this may not go particularly well. But hey, okay, this is where you can trade things out? All right. We don't need 3 of those. We definitely don't need to bring Hyper, but we will bring some grenades. Actually, to be you want a shortcut? No, I'm good. You sure you want another shortcut? You can't change your items? All right. Well, I mean, that's how it goes. Well, I mean, all right. If I might as well. Smells nothing. Gesundbrunnen. Yeah, well, I barely speak the smallest amount of French, and here we are with German. You should note that they don't have a common root. The old fluorescent grow lights are barely keeping the plants alive. Almost no light from the surface makes it this far underground. I don't know. The stairwell down looks to have completely collapsed. We can hear Baby K complaining in the background, so like if I get a message that says "assistance, please," I'm gonna jump up and I'll be gone for a little bit. Oh, cool. That was easy. Hey guys, what's going on? That's far enough, friend. An older man raises his hand, squinting as you approach. To his left, a young orc shifts his weight, resting one hand casually on a pistol at his hip. Both are dressed in what might be considered uniforms, but it is hard to tell for sure. We do get many visitors down here these days. And you'll forgive me for saying, but, well, you don't really look like the type that usually comes through here. He looks fed, for one thing. The older man snorts. Indeed, so what brings you to Gesundbrunnen, stranger? I'm visiting from the Ryan Ruhr Megaplex, and my friend Hans said the market here is second to none. I had to come see for myself. The older man smiles sadly. Well, maybe a few years ago that was true. These days, well, it's hard times all around, I suppose. But you're welcome to go on in, of course. Customers are always welcome. Oh, and talk to Quarin. Go talk to Quarin. If you want to hear some good stories about the market back in its prime, he's always happy to share a tale or two. The older man steps aside. Watch a step on the ladder there. Some of the steps get slippery when it's cold. Thanks. We're not going to ask him about the Rabbengeister. Man, I am parched. We got to give ourselves away that quickly, right? We've successfully sneaked. Oh, that reminds me. Quick save. At 5? Nice. Take your shit. The drawers look to be handmade out of rusty sheet metal. Nothing of value catches your eye within. New food, meat to beat. The man before you is of an average build and in nondescript dress. He's leaning against the old wooden cabinet reading a book. As you approach, he looks up and casts a warm smile in your direction. Guten Tag, name's Gorin, friend. Can't say that I've seen you around these parts before, just passing through, or... What can you tell me about this place? Gesundbrunnen? Well, it's my home for one. We've got a small bar set up over there. But of course, you'll want to know about the market. His eyes light up. It used to be something to behold, my friend, one of the grandest markets in the city. You could find nearly anything in these stalls for the right price. It's a real shame. But little by little, things slowed down. Folks stopped taking the subway line so much. Yeah, but I guess that's the way of the flux. Looking for information. Ever heard of a gang called the Rabbengeister? Certainly. They've been spinning quite a tale in these parts of late. Hard to know anything for sure, though. One rumor says they hijacked freight out of Frankenfurt at all, and then the next day you hear about a sighting down in the Alexanderplatz. Hell, just yesterday I heard someone claim that they still remember the Rabbengeister speed by in the U-Bahn tunnel, clinging to the side of a train car. It leans closer. Between you and me, that's probably a gang called Surf Turf. Strange ones, those. I heard they implant suction cups to their hands and feet. Guess they really like hitching rides on the U-Bahn trains. Shakes his head with amusement. That's the Flux State for you, though. Full of strange and unexpected. I'll be going now. We'll ask him about, like, the shipment going missing if we find no other answers. In the meantime, we're poking about. We're taking a look. We're having a little gander. Goldfish. The woman starts a little at your approach, but she recovers quickly and beams brightly at you. The fox face on her headdress seems to grin as well. Her classically nasal American accent is obvious. Nasal American. Hey, kiddo, share a drink with me? Sure, if you're buying. Awesome. Unfortunately, there aren't a lot of options here. They got beer. No. They've got beer or homebrewed gin and schnapps. Pick your poison. I've been drinking gin and tonics. No. The nanny. I've been drinking gin and tonics. The tonic cuts out some of the gas flavor. I think they've been distilling in old propane tanks. Yes. I'll have one of those too then. Sure thing, guy. He fills a tumbler full of cheap gin and dirty ice, splashes a bit of tonic in, and slides it across the bar. Has a slight gasoline smell to it. So, what's a girl like you doing in a place like this? Well, I'm just traveling through. I heard there was a market, but well, just look at the place. She waves her arm in a wide circle, taking everything in from the sadly shimmying woman to the near empty corridors outside. So, I'm just having a drink with this fine gentleman here and then I'm moving on. Yeah, man, absolutely. That'd be fucking sick. Love it. Where are you from? California Free States. Doing the whole Europe tour thing, you know? Besides getting me out of that hellhole, it's been a real good learning experience. Had some good fun, made some good friends. Yeah, I'm not going to say it out loud on the internet, but yes, September is appropriate. She clatters the ice around in her drink. You can smell the cheap gin from where you stand. But it's a hellhole everywhere these days. Can't drink enough to forget some things I've seen. I'm all for communism and anarchy and free love, but sometimes the F state goes a little far. How do you mean? It's just the things like turf wars and the racists and junk. You know, those humanist assholes? Unpleasant. But that shit aside, I like the idea of a state without the man. Listen, my name's Goldfish. What's yours? Call me Pendulum. Nice to meet you, Pendulum. I've said my bit. What are you doing in a place like this? I just came here for the market like you. Goldfish lasts. At least there's alcohol, synthol man. Whatever it is, I'll drink more to it. She turns the glass and slams it down on the bar with a loud exhalation. So what were you hoping to find down here, Robin Hoods? She laughs heartily. Some stolen goods. Oh man, that bites. I can see why you might come looking here, though. Seems like the place where Robin Hood might bring stuff to the poor. She laughs a little and takes a swig. Not to say you're rich, but if that's who's got your stuff, this is as far away from medieval England as you're going to get. If you're looking for ghosts, this seems like a fine place for it. Seems like everyone and everything down here is a ghost. Ghosts of the past, ghost trains, ghostly thin folks, pale for lack of sunlight. Oh, I need sunlight too. I like to joke I photosynthesize, but it just gives me so much more energy. Energy these people don't have anymore. Her expression goes stern for a moment as she stares into her empty gin tonic. Maybe I've been out down here long enough. Maybe I'm a ghost too. Alright, that's it, Fraulein. You're officially cut off. Your total is 36 million. Can I at least buy something for my friend here? He's been talking with me a bit and hasn't had anything. No, you're cut off. I don't want you even sipping out of it. Dude, chill. Forget I asked. She turns to you with a shrug. Sorry I couldn't get you anything else, but thanks for being a pal. Alright. All the cool kids are in September. Sounds like something died in here. On closer inspection, it's just moldy soy cakes. Squigza is mentioned. Alright, Squigza. That's what you think. It was an unbearably difficult accent. I'm glad we're no longer talking to Goldfish. Odd merchant. Hello there, newcomer. I have many exciting and rare weapons for you to peruse. Instruments of death for the sort you'll not find anywhere else in Berlin. Care to take a look around? Despite the shopkeeper's claims, her inventory looks decidedly poor. Most of these weapons appear rusty and ill repair. Particularly cobbled together pistol stands out from the bunch. Sure, let's see what we have. Slapdash pistol. Made up of mixed parts from Ares, Cavalier, and Ruger pistols. We don't need any of this. We could sell some shit if we wanted, but I think we're good. What's up with the shoddy looking pistol? Exquisite, is it not? The work of a master craftsman who used to live here. Forged some of the finest slug throwers you'll find this side of the Atlantic. And at that price is steel. It looks like some of these parts are hot glued together. As I said, the work of a master craftsman. A weapon made by anyone else, any other would simply break after being fired. I'll be going now, thanks. It's calling to me. Should I take the terrible pistol? Maybe we'll never get another chance to buy a terrible pistol. Aye, stranger. I got a sale on today. You interested in some rations, salvage, some home remedies? Let's see what you got for sale. Make it fetish. Just looking for information. Ever heard of a gang called the Rabengeister? The troll's eyes flicker back and forth. No, can't say that I have. You seen a shipment of weapons pass through here recently? I don't know anything about weapons. I just sell scraps of salvage and home remedies. Okay, well, thanks for your time. Loot this crate. This crate appears to have been pried hastily open. There's a partially torn shipping label on the side. Most of the ink is worn off, but the word Crespizar is still clearly visible. There's a crate behind your shop that looks like it was marked for delivery to Crespizar. You wouldn't happen to know about that, would you? The troll looks around nervously. No? I don't know anything about crates. Are you looking for some backup? It's just us here, friend. Okay, look, yeah, the Rabengeister came by yesterday, asked me to move on the rest of these medical supplies, and then disappeared. I don't know where they went. I mean, hey, I gotta make a living, right? Look around here. Leave me this kind of score, I'm grateful. Already sold most of it in less than a day. Plenty of folks around here in need of real medical supplies. All right, I told you what I know, so cool, right? I don't know anything else. Relax, I believe you. Times are tough. I'm sure these people needed that stuff. You're not gonna hurt me? Thank you, stranger. Not everyone's so understanding around here. Look, if you're looking for the Rabengeister, try the old information kiosk on the other side of the market. I've seen some people coming and going through there. Ah, all right. Pays to not be an absolute jerk, huh? The militia captain. The militia captain stands at alert, her eyes tracking slowly across the market before coming to rest on you. Guten Tag. We're looking for a gang called the Rabengeister. Ever heard of them? No. She frowned slightly, and I wouldn't suggest asking questions about such things around here. All right. Crates. These crates don't seem to be part of the shipment that was en route to Crespizar. Scuff marks. You notice a set of scuff marks on the ground as if something heavy was dragged across here. The marks vanish into the wall. Inspect the nearby wall more closely. You find a small seam in the wall that suggests there might be a passageway hidden in the wall here, but you can spot no clear mechanism for opening it. Maybe we should ask around. This looks like the place I'm sure someone might spill the beans. Gloria could probably tear it open, but I bet we could use the info terminal. Bathroom. The area is in extreme disrepair. Water is flooding out of the walls and stagnating in pools on the tile floor. You can smell the mildew from here. Thank you, Siri. This appears to be an old U-Bahn information terminal. Judging by the system's design and current condition, it is quite old. As you approach, the machine makes a series of sputtering sounds as the dust-covered screen flickers dimly to light. Time since last update, 52:07:11:05:22. Error, primary database not found. Restarting in offline mode. Restarting. The screen goes dark as the machine begins to emit a bizarre variety of clicking and chirping sounds. After an interminable amount of time, the screen finally shutters back to life. Welcome to Gesenbrunnen Station. Please select an option from the menu below. Data corrupted, station history. Route information, data corrupted, enter custom query. Station history, 6. 3. You've selected station history. Gesenbrunnen Station opened on April 18th, 1930, as the final stop along the U-Bahn's U8 line. It was designed by the prominent U-Bahn architect Alfred Grenander. Construction on the U8 line began in 1914 under Alamein Elektricitats Gesellschaft. Fucking hell, man. But labor shortages in the First World War put the project on hold for a decade. The eventual completion and opening of this home line between Neukölln and Gesenbrunnen in 1930 represented a major step forward in connecting Berlin's working-class districts to the city center. Okay, I'm going to skip over this. I can't do all of it. Titty reading. Cool. 4. root information. You start to press the 4 key, only to realize that the key is missing from the keyboard. A thick layer of grime and dust rests in its place. Okay. Custom query. Geist. Wall. Grime. Okay. Hey, Glory, could you just pull open the wall for me? Takes some doing, but your teammate manages to force open the false wall. The hinges give way with a scrape and a crunch, and the passage behind is revealed. Like, I wanted to do it stealthily, but whatever, this is fine. Oh, an autosave for me. Hi, everybody! This is the same man you met in the market, but the friendliness is gone from his face. Its place is a cold, unwavering gaze. You should have stuck to the market, stranger. If the Rabin guy still wished to be found, we'd open a fucking cafe. Now what do you want of us? Say your piece. Wait, I just saw you upstairs and I didn't see you on the way down. He chuckles, a cold stare evaporating. You think a gang like us have only got one secret passage? There's all kinds of fun hidden passages down here. This place is over 100 years old, you know. During the Second World War, they converted this part of the station to an air raid shelter. Made it nice and secure in case anyone spotted bombers over the city. Warren appears more relaxed, his tone more friendly. He seems to enjoy relating the history of this place. Continue listening. Then, during the Cold War, they designated this whole station as emergency fallout shelter. You know, in case the Russians and Americans decided to blow each other up. This was back when Berlin was divided in two, of course. Things got better for a while after that. Hell, a few decades ago before the Awakening, I hear they used to give tours. He laughs. This isn't a tour, I'm afraid. So, you're from the Christmas Bazaar and you're here to get your stolen shipment back. That about right? That's about right, yeah. Which I completely understand, stranger, believe me. But unfortunately, we need those supplies more than you do, so I'll have to graciously decline your offer to relieve us of your property. I can see things are hard down here, Corey, but I have to look out for my own keats, and that shipment belongs to us. Not from where I'm standing. Look, there's no need for bloodshed, I'll tell you what. It seems like you know what it's like to look out for keats like this, and it's not easy, is it? We provide for these people. A haul like that shipment keeps Jessambuddin from going hungry just a little while longer. It's our home. These are our people. I suspect you feel the same about the Cruise Bazaar. So I'm prepared to let you leave. Just like that. Knowing a little secret here and everything. In return, all you need to do is walk away. Just walk away. Forget this ever happened. Warren smiles. What do you think, stranger? I think in the Flux, folks like us need to stick together. Why stay strangers? Maybe we can come to an arrangement that can benefit both of our Keatses. Warren raises an eyebrow. I'm listening. I wish I had 3 decking. That'd be great. You return our supplies, we send you a shipment of extra rations in exchange. We agree to a truce of sorts. I see. It's an interesting offer, friend. The rations alone probably won't match the price of the weapons, but... well, food is in short supply around here. This alliance, what do you propose? We agree to stay out of each other's way, and maybe we find opportunities to help each other out in the future. He pauses for a long moment, then cracks a smile. Very well, I suppose it's worth the price of a crate of guns. The medical supplies are already mostly gone, I'm afraid. But the weapons shipment is still being held in a locker at a Frankenfurter tour. I'll have it sent back to the Cruise Bazaar immediately. And you'll deliver those rations? Take the time to the Cruise Bazaar and talk to Paul Amstel. He runs an import-export shop not far from the U-Bahn station. Tell him I sent you, and he'll take care of the rest. Well, Quarren looks thoughtful. Maybe things to look up around here. I suppose friends and enemies can both be found in strange ways here in the Flux. I'm glad we could have this talk, Quarren. I'll be going now. You can see yourself out. He grins. Take care, stranger. Cool, I'm gonna loot you, though. Yeah, I got an achievement. Doesn't have to be this way. Deal with the Rabingeist gang without killing anyone. Just full of old SimSense recordings. Probably gonna I'm a little sad that I don't get to loot everything here, but... Oh my god! Glory hole, because Glory opened the hole. My god, I only just noticed now. Very good, comrade. Very good. Ladder. Service access has been welded shut. Probably an attempt to keep security tight. That's unappreciated? I guess, in your time. Maybe you've died now? Like, is that what we're saying? Board train. Problem solved. What a quick job. We love it. Bye. It's time to find Gunari and tell him news. You cannot save a game mid-conversation. Oh. Baldur's Gate lets me do that. I certainly don't use it to save scum. He definitely uses it to save scum. Hey, Samuel. How's Alexander doing? He is adjusting with difficulty. Your friend Dietrich took a chance in sending his nephew to us. Accepting donations? No, okay, cool. That's essentially all I was checking. Hey, do you need more money? I've got more money, please. If anyone catches me saves coming, I load my bag and then roll better stealth so you can't see me doing it. Talismonger. Hey, Absinthe. Absinthe turns to face you. She takes care to avoid looking you in the eye. Angelin, hold a moment. I'll call Algernon for you. She pauses, squinting at you. Her mouth dips into a frown. Curious. When I look at you, I see red. Red? She nods, and then the frown slowly falls off her face. Her voice becomes dreamy. Red splattered like paint across great metal arms, small rooms drenched in it with droplets oozing down from the ceiling. She offers you a cautious smile. Pretty. That was an awfully strange way to open a conversation. Was it? Then I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend. She looks away. I merely comment on what I see. I'm looking to buy some magic. I want to talk to Algernon. He's just around the corner. Be well, elf. Algernon! Hello again, may I help you? Nice hat. Hat? Robe. Jeez. Equipment. Powerbolt 1. Yoink. Powerbolt 3. Done. Perfect. Yes, please. Current New Yen. 6,000. Alright. Do I want advanced acid bolt? Let's also have that, shall we? Urban Mage Cloak. Why do I not have enough intelligence? What's my caster wisdom, probably? Mage compared to... Like, it's all mage spells. What's going on? Spell casting 8. Jesus. No. No, baby K. Hello, baby K. Here. Good job, buddy. Shaman, adept. Cool. All right. Last thing. You stash some items. You can sell the CMDT. We're not really using it. Wish I could see what I'm currently wearing. Oh. Confirm. Prentice's outfit. Okay. Do you want to put it on? Fucking weird. Adept's combat vest. One unarmed, one willpower, willpower, one spellcasting. Willpower and charisma. Done. Cool. Nice. Oh, it's the same except slightly more armor. Okay, cool. I'd love extra willpower and charisma. Stairs Powerbolt 3. Why isn't Acids on set? I don't have Conjuring 5. Whoops. Idiot. Okay. Fine, good to go. Powerbolt 3. That's what we want to see. Like, it's not a bad thing. Just, we'll see it as, what's his face? We got at least one Conjurer. Welcome back. You need some weapons, some ammunition. Took care of that business with the Rabbin guys, so they won't be hijacking our shipments anymore. Oh, it's nearly break time. Faint smile plays across the normally taciturn merchant's face. Yes, this much I know already. The missing shipment arrived just before you did, though I barely caught a glimpse of who delivered it. How were you able to manage that? I made an arrangement with their leader, and they agreed to return the weapons. And you've accomplished all of this through diplomacy. Interesting. It is. Well, it is not what I would have done, but perhaps that is for the best. Here is your payment, as promised. And should you need any weapons, thanks to you have some new merchandise available. Would you like to take a look? Yeah, sure, all right. Cool, I don't use any of these. Scroll, scroll, scroll. Ooh, free katana, huh? Anyway, I'm going to hit F5 to quick save, and let's go on break. Yes, 1 minute early. Back soon. Yeah, see? No timer. Is that better? Do you like that more? I also kind of knew it'd be a little bit longer, so I deliberately did that. But hey, we've got a payment. Thanks, Canary. Second Shadowrun. Let's go. I know the game hasn't popped in for you. It shouldn't take that long. There you go. See? Told you. Well, I'm glad you're on the ball. But no, I went to go make a mocha. Also did some parenting tasks to assist Emma. But it took a little bit longer. You let that ADHD time blindness just take over you, and it's a lot more comfortable. Well, I get it. Not the main ones, it's two side quests. Ezekiel. Oh man, we got four of them. Dietrich, Glory, Blitz. He's not Blitz, I know. Sorry. Lucky you. I've got real life work to do that I'm actually pretty excited to do tomorrow during the day, but I'm gonna try and play Alan Wake because I said to myself I'm not buying Shadow of the Erdtree until I finish Alan Wake 2. But I want it. I also don't want to spend that money just yet. So hey, remember to like, share, and subscribe. Spent my last Twitch payout on snacks, so you know. Next year sometime? Yeah, maybe. I mean, today I finished the first musical interlude section in the second or third chapter for Alan, so like progress is being made. It doesn't help that I like to do all of the collections that I can at that point, and when I'm about to leave an area, I do a Google search to see if there's anything I'm missing before I leave. I also did one of the second, I believe, Night's Rings episode as part of the DLC because I was already beyond the first one, which is Rose. So I'm going to go back and do that soon. God, it was fun. Like it's Jessie's model and voice actor, even if it isn't Jessie Faden, and I'm glad to have her back because fucking hell, Control is good. Lockdown. The ride to the Adenauer Platz is a dismal one. Your only company on the train is an elderly dwarf in ragged peacoat, and he spends most of the time muttering to himself. When the train rattles to a stop, he slowly rises from his perch and begins to hobble towards the doorway. The station itself isn't much different, an old, broken down thing at the end of its useful life, feebly tottering towards obsolescence. This area of Berlin has clearly seen better days. A window of light shines down from the surface, and even that looks stale. Slowly, you begin to climb. Powerball 3. It's funny this counts as a weapon. Accuracy. Like, that's not bad, but to be honest, I'd much rather. Smart gum, craftwork. You could take that, but you're not going to. No vault. Do you not have Conjuring 5? Jesus Christ. Who did I buy that for? Chimbles, you fool. Alright. Well, just in case, right? Yeah, I guess it does. I mean, that's a good place to put it, to be honest. You have karma available. Yes, but is it the one I had earlier? No, it's 6. Okay, cool. Oh. Oh. Maybe I should just get Conjuring. No. We're going to take Charisma. and will increase spellcasting, but having high charisma has helped before. I want that one. New etiquette. We're not summoning spirits. And then intelligence may also be fun. The streets above the Adenal Platz are dark and dismal. The Skeets have seen better days. Everything here reeks of economic depression and faded glory. Looming above you is a fortress-like, seemingly impregnable facility. The windows have been shuttered with enormous steel panels, lending the entire building a sinister appearance. That's our target, subtle in bioscience. I wonder what happened in there. It might still be happening for all that we know. There's a cheerful thought. Come on, Chief. Let's get this over with. I love looting. I love stealing stuff. Discarded tires. Yes, please. Don't mind if I do. This pile of trash is steaming. Fetid waves of stench wash over you as you draw near. God damn, that's rank. I'll stay back here if you don't mind. Got better things to do than dig through a pile of decomposing trash. It might not be decomposition. The steam could be coming up from a grate or a vent under the pile. Yeah, well, I ain't touching it. Move the trash aside. Ooh, a vent. The door is sealed tight. Dirt, dust, and grime have caked around the corners. It's clear that no one has been through here in many months. You can see the hydraulic jacks locking the door in place near the bottom of the frame. Yeah. Walk away. You need to have 5 strength to make that work. I think Gloria's cool, but I don't think she's that good. Let's get my decker to jack in. Alright. Bye, fuckers. Uh-oh. It seemed to have started combat automatically. Maybe, we're not. Execute attacker ESP. Straight up joking it. What was it? Let's just say my deck. Oh, that's so good. Thank you. Thank you. What do you mean missed? Horrifying. How dare you? Oh, I guess we didn't need to do that. What do you mean no? That's incredible. How dare you? A joking in. Yeah, of course. Nice. All right. We lit. Oh, you can't do it in combat. That's right. White Sparky, I see. Oh, like we can give you a chance to renew it if you'd like. Go for a review, try again. What do you mean missed? Jesus, dude. Come on, man. Missed again. It died. 73 went to 80%. That's not terrible. Lovely big dick. Gonna all settle in on this one. Let's share it together. Have a good time. The value of 80%. Yes, that's really teaching me the value of 40% chance to miss. You son of a fucking goddamn it. I feel like I'm gonna kill him. Anyway. Beep. Front door opened, baby. Did that teleport gate just teleport me between those places? I don't really see much of the point. Okay. Fine, let's not argue. Alright, jack off. Or out. Jack in. Alright, jork out. There you go. We got it, ladies and gentlemen. It took us a bit, but we found it. Beep, 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 boop, boop, beep, boop. Amen. Thank you so much, House of Decline. She writes good comics. Love how there were multiple solutions on ways to get in and nothing to loot the whole way around. That's vaguely disappointing. I love looting. And yet... New objective. Locate this thing. Alright. Jason Statham here. I've seen 0 films with Jason Statham. So I'm essentially just making it up. This terminal governs the animal testing wing of subtle and biased science. That's too Australian again. It just keeps happening. Data entries concerning animal test subjects and the procedures performed upon them fill the menu screen. Subtle and biased science, animal testing observation terminal. A. L-round testing protocols. B. Basilisk testing protocols. One sec, everybody. No, Jason Statham is an Australian, but like, I don't really have much more of a Cockney accent than that. Select L-round testing protocols. This entry contains notes on a variety of invasive test procedures that were performed on a kennel of hellhound test subjects. There are several memos appended to the file. Apparently the scientists working in the animal testing wing were less convinced that working with dangerous fire-breathing animals would yield useful results than the executives were. Select Basilisk testing protocols. This entry covers the various forms of experimentation and testing performed on Sutherland's prized possession, a rare albino basilisk acquired from an exotic animals dealer in Portugal. It appears that the basilisk was being used as a primary focus of a passion project at Sutherland, an attempt to create a magically active piece of bioware. Why the executives in charge of the project felt that basilisk would make an appropriate test subject is not clarified. A list of procedures performed on a creature is extensive, including a series of unanesthetized thoracic surgeries. Well, that sucks. Don't do that. Ugh. Gotta be like several YouTube videos on how to do a Cockney accent appropriately. Like, I should be watching those, but again, limited time. We'll get around to it. Still haven't got the Donald Duck voice. This terminal appears to contain an inventory control system for subtle and bioscience merchandise. The items are spelled out in amber lettering against a solid black background. A glowing cursor awaits your input. Subtle in bioscience. Product and specimen inventory. Org chem wing. Tissue banks and organ farm. B. Org chem wing. Breakdown and analysis. Replication, fabrication, contract for fulfillment, and animal testing wing. Special projects. Tissue banks, organ farm. The Sentry provides a complete breakdown of the standard organs that are being grown in organic chemistry wing of Subtle and Bioscience. Seems that the lab was outfitted with the capacity to mass-produce vat-grown metahuman organs, including hearts, kidneys, livers, and lungs. This material would then be used for testing purposes. Breakdown and analysis. Complete log of studies performed on products of competing biotech. Replication fabrication. Replicate products previously dissected. Subtling has achieved a shocking level of success in producing generic versions of a wide variety of commercial and restricted Bioware products. These knockoff products were then commissioned by an outside investor and been moved to cold storage, executive wing. That sounds about right. Contract fulfillment. Organs waiting in cold storage to be claimed. High-end security level enhancements in inventory. If this Subtling to produce, he could undercut all his competitors and still make an ungodly profit. Special projects. This entry details a number of projects involved invasive testing on awakened animals. Hellhounds, complete medical histories, experimental procedures performed on Billy. Billy's probably the basilisk. Billy the basilisk. The Billy Lisk. Keycard, executive, clearance level B. Okay, stuff we'll need to get later. We'll take a look at those panels in a moment. Let's just see if there's anything else we can get from down here. The sewers! I bet this is where the vent would have led us. It's hard, TBF. Where does this lead? Climbing back up, huh? What do you think? Is this going to lead us outside? I hope not. Ah, look at that. We're in a different section. Oh, it's going on. Uh-oh. Look, that's a very good point, but what if instead... Zap. Nice. Seems like asking for trouble. 62% chance. Okay. Have I already forgotten that the most important thing in this game is to move somewhere into cover or you'll get owned? Because I think I've forgotten until now, and that's going to get me killed. So, get him! What do you mean immune? That'd be ridiculous. Oh god, that's an automated drone, isn't it? Alright. Well, will affect glory, which we definitely need. Great. So, fuck it. Cool! Didn't target her at all. Brilliant. Heal yourself, I guess. Cool. How much? We've only got 1 AP left. Alright, just move into cover then. God. Bleed damage. May do AP damage. There you go. Pieces armor. Right. Ah! Nice. Pendulin's just racking up those hits. Did not expect that to work. Nice. Rawr. Okay, alright, not bad. Door override. Unlock the door. All of them? No, just one behind me. Good. Better than nothing. Oh, hey buddy. A wild-eyed young man in a tattered lab coat confronts you. His beard is bushy and unkempt, but bare patches of skin show through. You there? Who are you? He stalks towards you, his hands twitching. How dare you enter my domain? Easy there, pal. I thought this lab was abandoned. Abandoned? This is my territory, my home. You are an invader in my territory, Elfling, and you have murdered my peasantry. Dietrich mutters under his breath. We got a live one here, boss. He continues his rant without pausing for breath. You are a murderer, a monster. You will pay. Hold up, who are you? I am Philip Rex, the Night King of Subtle and Bioscience. I will have you banished for your transgressions, Elfling, banished to the underworld, left to the ravages of the all-powerful Billy. He pauses, blinking. Hold still while I fetch the robots that will banish you. I think that we got off on the wrong foot here. To put it mildly, he sobs. You killed them, you monster, the people I devoted my life to protecting. Did my best to make life good for the peasantry. I scrubbed the plastic cases on a daily basis, and I crooned pleasing melodies to ease their troubled minds. But those days are over now. My peasants are dead. You destroyed something beautiful. Well, I have good news for you, Your Highness. The door's open. You can leave now. Leave? Abandon my kingdom? Never. He puffs out his chest. For I am a proud and benevolent ruler. This is my sovereign territory, and I will never abandon it. All right, sire. I'm sorry about your peasants, but I want an important quest. The grief in his face instantly vanishes. What replaces it? Looks like curiosity. Oh, well, that changes everything. Perilous quests and civilian casualties go together like chocolate and peanut butter. I can't stay mad at you for that. Tell me about this quest of yours, good Elfling. Leave nothing to the imagination. He leans forward, smiling. You have my rapt attention. I need to get my hands on the Bioware prototypes that are being stored in Executive Wing. His eyes go wide. The Executive Wing. Madness. Take this as a warning, noble stranger. If you intend to forge your way into that land of milk and honey, you do so at your own peril. The underworld stands between you and your goal, and the underworld is home to the murderous Billy. I think I've read about this Billy. He was settled in Albino Basilisk, right? Oh, this is right. Now he is so much more a creature of legend. Years of experimentation have remade the beast into the ultimate killing machine. He's smarter than 10 men and 5 times as deadly. If this Billy is standing in my way, I guess that I'll just have to kill him. He snorts. A fool's errand. Hyena tried to kill Billy once. He thought that by eating the beast we could steal its power. Hubris. Billy devoured my friend for his insolence, and the last remaining copy of Keycard E was lost. He was a beautiful fool, that hyena. I told him that we didn't need to eat Billy. We could synthesize and survive indefinitely and synthesize cardiac tissue and choco nubs. But he wouldn't listen. And Keycard E was lost, and without it I can no longer access Executive Wing and its expensive snack bar. I've eaten nothing but fat-grown metahuman organs for a year and a half, stranger. I would kill for a choco nub. I think that I've heard all that I need to about Billy. Just tell me how to get into the Executive Wing. Very well, stranger. If you cannot be dissuaded, I will help you. The ragged lab tech fishes in his coat pocket with a bony hand and produces a thin slip of plastic. Presents it to you with a flourish. This is my most prized possession, the incomparable Keycard B. Using this, you can descend to the underworld and face Billy. If you should survive the encounter, search for the long-missing Keycard E. Use it to reopen the Executive Wing, and I will see to it that you are richly rewarded. Okay, buddy. You've clearly been through a whole lot, so let's just see what we can do to help. Ooh, 39 million. Clearly been through a whole lot. Let's not make fun of him. Let's just get him a choco nub. You gonna attack me? All right. All right then. Looks like the media setup is wired into the building's security system. Video feeds from cameras all over the facility can be viewed here. Search the machine's video archive. Paging through the computer's file system, you find a number of archive video feeds from the building's surveillance system. In addition, episodes 1 through 6 of an old Slovakian period fantasy series called Night Kings of Lightning Hold have been saved to the machine's desktop. I remember that show. It was horrible. I mean, really, really bad. Made Neil the Orc Barbarian look like high art. Man, the buddies in the Schwartz and Heisenberg used to get high and laugh at it. Only ran for 7 episodes before it got pulled. According to the computer's file system, each of the 6 episodes have been viewed over 400 times in the past 2 years. The last marathon viewing was this morning. Watch a security archive dated 18 months ago. As the video feed kicks in, Philip is engaged in an animated discussion with someone who's standing just outside of camera range. You can see his shoes and shadow, but nothing more. The voice sounds human. You'd guess that the off-camera speaker is a man in his early 20s. Look, we've survived this long. If we play our cards right and do a proper bit of rationing, I reckon that we can live off of the executive snack bar for a long time to come. We'll have plenty of fat and sugar, those won't be a problem. We've got mixed nuts for protein, and we can get our vitamins and minerals and diet bars. There aren't many of those, but like I said, we'll ration. I'm willing to bet that we can hold out for 2 to 3 months on what's stashed away in that snack bar. We're sure to be rescued before we run dry. You're fooling yourself, man. Ignoring an unpleasant truth rather than facing it. We have to accept the fact that we could be stuck in here for the long haul. The snacks are great and all, but they can't be our staple foodstuff. We need to stretch them out as far as humanly possible. That means supplanting them with something more substantial. There's a long pause. You don't mean, look, I'm just thinking of it like farming, right? If we look after our crops, we'll always have food to eat. We have enough supplies on hand to keep the tissue cultures in the org chem wing growing indefinitely. What I'm talking about is growing meat for our own survival. That's all it is. Meta-human meat, Phil. Synthetic hearts and livers and kidneys going to be implanted into people like you and me. You're talking about eating people parts. It's fucking disgusting, and I won't do it. Unless you fancy dying of malnutrition, you're going to have to. You know that as well as I do. Organ meats are rich in vitamins and minerals, choline, CoQ10, vitamin D, bioavailable iron, all of the things that we're going to need if we want to survive in the long term. We won't find much vitamin D in licorice sticks and chocolate nubs. You're talking like they're never going to rescue us. We're in Berlin, Heine. What they? Who do you think is coming? Need to be prepared to survive here for a long time, maybe years, and that means making the most of the resources at our disposal. You're talking about resorting to cannibalism, man? No. Talking about eating meat. Video feed flickers and winks out. Find yourself deposited back in the main menu. 14 months ago. An image flickers onto the frame. Philip, leaning against a wall, listlessly chewing on an unidentifiable hunk of cooked meat. He looks miserable. A drone comes to inspect him and he pushes it away. His voice crackles in over the intercom. Philip doesn't look up. I'm going now, Phil. No more arguments, okay? There's a long pause. In lieu of responding, Philip takes another bite of meat and gnashes at it with his teeth. I'll kill that fucking thing, you see. That goddamn basilisk's going down. Once we can get down into the sewers again, we might be able to find a way out. This is our chance, Philip. Wish me luck. Philip says nothing. The video continues to play for a time, then cuts to static. 11 months ago. The video feed flickers onto the screen. In it, you find Philip standing in the corner of a room that you're in now. He looks haggard, exhausted, and he carries a haunted look in his eyes. Heine is noticeably absent. Cheap, synthesized music pipes in from somewhere off screen. Philip turns to stare in the direction that the music came from. A smooth baritone voice sings out a phrase in Slovak. A half second later, a different voice shouts a translation in German. Night Kings of Lightning Hold. Oh man, that was it. That's the show. I forgot about the dub job was. Philip stares glassy-eyed as the show begins. Synthesized music blares. Troll actor. A deep trollish voice rumbles out of the media center speakers. I, Titonius Rex, will defend my realm. I do so swear it before my magic sword. Argonar. This I do swear. An alarmingly breathy elvish voice sings out in response. But Titonicus, Titonius, the Gerbathon hordes will smite you if you stay. The people in that valley are only peasants. You needn't throw your life away for them. Flee with me into the enchanted wood of Trallachine. Please make this stop. My life is sworn to protect these peasants, she-elf. Run back to your enchanted trees if you will, but a Night King will never flee. By Saturnius, her voice comes out in a lilting wail. You cannot die. I love you. Then go to your father and beseech him to rally his elf troops southward, for if Titanius Rex falls, Lightning Hold will fall, and Lightning Hold will not fall. The troll kid drones on, audibly struggling to emote and occasionally tripping over his lines. Overall, the acting quality is roughly on par with what you'd expect from a primary school Christmas pageant. Or from a streamer. Philip stares at the screen, listlessly chewing his meat. His nose is wrinkled in distaste, and his fists clench and unclench. Mercifully, the video feed cuts to static. 8 months ago. The screen flickers, and a video feed of Philip pops onto the screen. He's standing in the corner watching an episode of Night Kings of Lightning Hold. His jaw hangs slack, and he stands at the screen in rapt attention. But father, Titanius Rex is risking his life, nay, his very soul, to protect Lightning Hold from the Jubathons. His enchanted sword, Argonar, feeds upon his honor and bravery as it seeks to transform him from a noble Night King into an evil demon lord. Philip's lips move silently, mouthing the words as they are spoken. Evidently, he has committed the entire script to memory. Elderly-sounding elf actor. My darling daughter, that is why I cannot send my troops. Your beloved Titanius Rex walks the knife's edge between light and darkness. Every time he draws that devil blade from its scabbard. It is long past time that he learned the truth about me, Brianathe. I was the one who trapped the demon lord Karabork within that blade. The breathy actress lets out a sharp gasp. Phil mimes emotion, and a tear begins to trace its way down his cheek. But father, you can't mean... Yes, my daughter. I was the one they called Thunderspear, the sworn enemy of Titanus Rex's people, the Honga barbarian tribe. Then all of this is your fault. The Jubathons, the threat to my beloved soul. All of it. It was the only way to save Tralasheen, my darling daughter. Tralasheen, and your mother, whom I hid away when you were but a girl. She's still alive, Brianathe. The security drone floats by to inspect the Philip. Idly, he reaches out and begins to stroke its casing, petting it like as if it were a house cat. The video feed flickers and sputters out, and you find yourself back at the main menu. Dated today. The screen flickers and Philip appears on the screen. He appears to be dancing with one of the security drones. A little machine weaves and bobs frantically to avoid colliding with him, and with every motion the lab tech slides in to fill the empty space. Around and around they go, twirling and writhing across the laboratory floor. There's an enormous smile on Philip's face. Then the lights go dim, and an alarm begins to sound. Danger, danger, intruder detected, security protocols engaged. I admire your bravery, noble vassal. Philip rests a hand on top of the little drone. But this is my fight. I, Philip Rex, will defend this land with my life, indeed with my very soul. Sir, please clear the area. Hostiles inbound. No, noble spirit, it is you who must. I repeat, clear the area. Hostiles inbound. He nods slowly, his face beaming with pride. Maybe you're right. I'm already a Night King. Perhaps this is your time to shine. I will not rob you of this moment of glory. I will allow you your moment in the sun. And when you return victorious, I will grant you lands and titles to reward your heroism. Please clear the area. Philip turns and steps out of camera range. The drone is joined by two others, which wait in a holding pattern facing the camera. Well, that was worth it. I'm really glad we did that. Fucking ridiculous. Alright, cool. Clearance B panel. Console seems to control the locking mechanism for the door in front of you. Keycard reader has been set into the front bezel of the console. Keycard access, clearance level B. Swipe the card. Key panel's LED indicator flips to a more pleasant hue. The door unlocks with a thunk. Medkit. Locked safe. Swipe keycard, safe opens. Yoink. Auto injector, bliss. When the auto injector senses something's gone slightly wrong, immediately supply drugs. Excuse me if I think that is perhaps a terrible fucking idea. Always forget that you can't save in action, and it definitely counts walking as action. Let's explore over here before we swipe the clearance B key card. I want to get an idea that we've searched as much as we could before we try and kill a basilisk of all things. Ah, Jimbles, a genetically modified basilisk. Ah, that was worth it. An additional 52 Newton. Tremendous. Do you think this leads to the outside? Are we going to find out? Let's go. Nope. I wonder where the outside one leads. Maybe it drops you in the like main entrance anyway. Like you just go through the vents. The door is maglocked shut, and it appears someone in the not too distant past has smeared its surface with feces. The door's key swipe access system has key clearance B. Swipe. Lock moves open. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What do you mean there's more than one? The game explicitly told me. What do you mean the game explicitly told me? It said it quite clearly by describing all the things you're probably going to face soon. I'm not sure if I can believe that. Nice. What? What? Mean on fire? Billy. Shit, you've got a lot of health, Billy. Like a lot of health. Amazing. You can't get them both, so it's not worth it. Stacking bleed damage. Alright, Glory. Do your thing. Nice. Okay, cool. AoE, we don't really want AoE. You're asleep. Oh, you've got... That's right. Knock all their AP down to 0 and they fall asleep for a turn. Let's increase your aim, move into cover, and stay. Okay. Nice. Rawr. Oh, shit. Oh, I did not expect that. Okay, my bad. Damage 8. Damage 13. Powerbolt. Nice. Come on, man. Continue setting my dude on fire. Come on, man. Why? Nice. Whew. Kill Awakened Predator achievement. Kill 30 enemies with magic spells. All right. Executive keycard picked up. Right. Anything else worth looting in here, or no? Okay. I killed 30 enemies with like guns yet? The gates, they're finally opened. Well, he moved fast as soon as we stopped looking at him. Hey, buddy. You want a choco nub? Thank you, my friend. You have granted me the secret desire that my heart yearned for most. A respectable supply. A respectable supply of non-organ-based foods. You'll always be welcome in these hallowed halls. I, Philip Rex, do so swear it. You're really into that Night Kings of Lightning Hold show, aren't you? Staring at you, he slowly nods. It is my life. My entire life. My reason for being. Blitz smirks. Well, must be rough. Being that big a fan and not having seen the ending. He reels as though he's been struck. You're saying there's more? Yeah. The last episode before it got cancelled, you know? The hastily written final chapter. You find out what happens with the Jubathon invasion. I'd always thought that they'd left out the ending to the imagination like a beautiful dream. He fidgets uncontrollably. Fidgets uncomfortably. But now the dream is over. I'll never know peace until I've seen its conclusion for myself. He lurches forward, hands clasped in supplication. You must help me. You must find a way to show me the final episode. I need it. I'm willing to bet I could do that, Chief. This guy might know how to disengage a quarantine, but I bet that I can. Once we've re-established the building's matrix connection, it'll be no big deal for me to download the last episode for him to watch. Nothing else that'll keep him occupied for a while. I don't see why you shouldn't. Go ahead. Sure thing, Chief. The terminals in this building are all networked together, so I should be able to drop the quarantine from any computer in the place. Oh, thank you, thank you. Tears stream down his cheeks. This is the happiest day of my life. Use a terminal. All right. Not those aren't terminals. Okay, I guess. I mean, it would definitely suck. Mission item added. Experimental Bioware samples. Shorter mission than I expected, seriously. So. Have Blitz disengage the building's quarantine protocols. Alright, Chief, watch me work. Blitz plugs his cyberdeck into the terminal and punches the escape key with a flourish. Second later, he hits the Y key. The building lights flicker. That can't have been it. You still have to do something else, right? Jack into the Matrix or something. Nah, that's it. Quarantine disengaged. Now to get Phil the last episode of his bullshit Trid show. His fingers dance over the deck's keypad. A few minutes later, he glances up with a smile. Done and done. Horrible conclusion of that terrible show is waiting for Phil in his media center. You want to know how it ends? Not particularly. It's too bad, because I'm telling you anyway. Titonius Rex and his elf sweetie's dad make up. Bunch of elves fight the Jubathons, get their asses kicked, and the whole Caraborg and Demon Lord subplot is dropped because the show's effects budget got cut. In the end, Titanius saves Lightning Hold by rallying a peasant revolt, comes out of nowhere, barely makes sense. The whole thing ends in a vomit-inducing love scene. It's a goddamn train wreck. Sounds magnificent. Hey, Phil. Good news for you. Ah, the intrepid elfling returns. What can I do for you? I want to know about the prototype Bioware. He shrugs. Spyware, pretty standard stuff. Ping editors, trauma dampeners, ortho skin, things like that. All of it was reverse engineered from existing Bioware products, right? I've read up on Settlement's process. Yes, that's right. Knockoffs. He nods slowly. Dangerous work. Illegal in most places. But not here in Berlin. Invested needed it that way. Knockoff Bioware. Great. It's good stuff, high quality. You couldn't tell one of our pieces from the real thing, not even with a microscope. But that was then, and this is now. Stuff in this lab, the organs we work so hard to copy, is no different to me than anything else you've seen in this lab. It's all meat, frowns and distaste. Potentially edible, sure, but otherwise useless. If you won't miss that meat, I'll take it off your hands. Go right ahead, fill your pockets, take whatever you like. On the other hand, will avail myself of the snack bar. Tell me about your peasantry. I love them. They're like family to me. When I'm hungry, they're the ones who harvest the meat for me to cook from the cultured organ lab. When I'm in need of company, they keep me warm. Sounds cozy. It is. It is. You killed 3 of them, but I can activate more. He rubs his chin, grinning. They will return to me, and I will show them the love that only a true ruler can. I will bathe them in my affection, and they... Hang on a second. Just how many more peasants do you have in the building? Oh, hundreds. He beams at you. The security system here is quite state-of-the-art, user-friendly too. It didn't take long to figure out how to make some peasants wake up and others to go to sleep. I allow the majority of my peasantry to rule peacefully, basking in the benevolence of my rule. I could wake them at any time, but why? I say, let them rest. I bet we could have told him to send 400 of them down to kill the basilisk. It's probably for the best. Can we talk about someone else? Of course. What do you need? I want to know a little more about the underworld. He nods slowly. The nether realm that lies beneath the hallowed halls of settled-in bioscience, a nightmarish labyrinth of dripping pipes and filthy brickwork. Billy rules supreme down there now. To set foot into the underworld means certain death. Strange that somebody would build a labyrinth under a biotech company. It is, isn't it? It's a mystery, a conundrum. What could they have intended it for? The torture of the innocent? Or perhaps the builders had the prescience to foresee the coming of Billy? Or maybe they intended it to be basic sanitation. It's a sewer too, by the way. His voice lowers to an ominous whisper. But it is also a nightmarish labyrinth of... Yeah, I getcha. Let's talk about someone else. What happened here? What caused the lockdown? Calamitous series of events that began with a spilled cup of soy calf and ended in terror and blood. He falls silent. There's a long, awkward pause. Someone spilled soy calf? That's it? Well, no. Naturally, the inevitable results of such an incident followed the spill. He blinks confusedly. Do you want me to spell it out for you? Yes, that wasn't an explanation. He sighs. Then you shall have one. Where to begin? On the morning of the lockdown, all was well. Giesler, an executive, was making his rounds, walking from console to console to check up on us. He held a bubbling cup of soy calf in his stubby little hands. We all know that food and drink were forbidden outside of the employee lounge, but Giesler was a proud man and he would not obey the rules. His pride was his undoing. He tripped and fell, and his soy calf spilled into a console in the animal testing wing. There was a terrible snap of shorting circuits, coupled with a stench of ozone all over the building. Emergency lights flashed and alarms blared. The building went into quarantine mode. He raises his voice and gestures theatrically. Doors locked and shutters slammed closed. We were all trapped like rats inside, but we were not afraid. We were sure that a malfunction would be fixed within the hour. We did not know what was coming for us. Unbeknownst to any of us, Giesler's devil beverage had done more than initiate a false quarantine. It had also shorted the locks on Billy's cage. The albino basilisk slipped its bonds, and in that moment, its reign of terror began. His voice climbs to a roar. Within a half hour of the spill, Billy had slaughtered everyone who could have disengaged the lockdown. Executives were torn limb from limb. Their business attire was shredded. Their expenditure reports bathed in blood. And the rest of us were trapped inside with the savage beast. He falls silent, blinking, as you watch his expression clouds. When he speaks again, his voice is small. In the end, only Haina and I remained. We managed to trap Billy in the underworld, but there was no hope of escape for us. So it's been 2 years. Someone must have come knocking before now. No. As far as the outside world was concerned, we were still under quarantine protocols. Nobody knew why. Nobody cared. The building had presumably been sealed for a reason, and the world at large isn't in a hurry to crack it open again. Heiner and I found ourselves completely isolated from the outside world, with a terrible creature running loose in the basement. Our choices were to give up and die, or to make the best of it. Medic cheered that you've come to expect floods back into the lab tech. He spread his arms wide, a knowing smile on his face. As you can plainly see, we chose the latter. We persevered and eventually transformed this husk of a building into the glorious kingdom that you find yourself standing in today. It was all for the best. In the end, I tamed this land, and I've grown to love it. I will never live anywhere else. The quarantine's off now. The final episode of your show is on the records computer. Yes, peace will be known and brought to the land. Phil takes off running in the direction of the records room. Gained a karma. Neat. I cannot watch another episode of that show. Let's get out of here. Like, I agree with Luxie. WoW was right. Imagine living that long without a conclusion. As you emerge, blinking, into the light of day, you find yourself standing face to face with a veritable wall of security personnel. A man in an expensive suit raises a megaphone to shout at you. Stay right where you are. Megaphone really isn't necessary, man. I'm standing right here. You'll place the stolen Bioware samples that you're carrying on the ground and lie on your belly with the hands on your head. Do it now, or I'll order my men to open fire. I didn't steal anything. The owner of this material commissioned me to retrieve it for him. Escobil, you mean? Yes, we know all about him. He has quite a reputation back in Spain. Where was Shiawase, street scum? And that material infringes on 15 of our company's patents. The organs that you're carrying are based on our intellectual property. This is unbelievable. This place is locked down for 2 years, and you choose today to come visit. You think that's a coincidence? We came and the quarantine was broken. We've had our eyes on this place since the lockdown went into effect. You called us here when you opened the doors. Why the wait? You could have broken into this place months ago. The building was quarantined, idiot. It's cheaper to set up a camera than it is to mount a hazmat cleanup effort. As long as that counterfeit merchandise was contained, we didn't care it was in there. But it will not hit the streets. Now shut your mouth and hit the floor, or I'll order my men to open fire. I will order my men to open up. I will order my men to fire in open men. Lie on the ground and open up, or I won't fire. I will open up to my men. Don't make me kill you, I'll kill you, man. He shakes his head in disgust. Idiot, Shadowrunner. You people don't know when to keep your mouths shut. Men, open up and fire. The shrill voice crackles over the building's intercom system. It reverberates through the empty streets. You will not threaten this man, Juberthian dog. The fuck? Too long have my people lived in fear of your aggression. I, Philip Rex, will protect this land from your mongrel deprivations. The corporate spokesman turns to address the security officers behind him. You two enter the building, find whoever's on their intercom and silence him. Yes, sir. He turns back to you, reaching the sidearm on his hip. And as for you, the lab tech's voice rings down from the speakers. Underneath it, you hear the distinctive sound of fingers hammering on a keyboard. Peasants, arise and defend your home. You need only believe in yourselves. The power is yours. Oh my god, it's playing the goddamn theme music. Crit for 20 fucking damage. This is so good. Hey! $63. Come on, Blitz. Don't fuck this up, man. Chloe, come on. fuck's sake. Jesus Christ. Yeah, okay. When in doubt, Merc the Mage, right? They're not that wounded yet. How many AP do you have? If we do this, just try and... Hey, look at that. Good. Flanked and armor broken. Oh. God, this is a toughie, isn't it? Fuck, duck. Okay, well. Yeah, we're on fire, all right. Nice. This isn't going to work. That was much more effective than I expected. Twin slash. Hammerage. Good. Yes. That Pendulum doesn't have to die this turn. Yes. All right. Fucking duck. Okay. He died anyway. But, you know, it's fine. We have a trauma kit. Hey! As the smoke begins to clear, a cry of jubilation sounds out over the subtle and bias on building's intercom system. We've done it! We've done it, my friends! The Jubison hordes have been defeated. With this great victory, I declare a new age of exploration and commerce. My peasants will form trade agreements with our neighboring kingdoms for the betterment of all. Yeah, Phil. I hope that works out for you. Farewell, stalwart elfling. We will remember you always. You hear the ruffling sound of Phil pushing himself away from the intercom. A few seconds later, the building's external speakers fall silent. Jeez. All right. We lost a trauma kit. First one. Hey, you fucking shitty doc. We managed to get the hell out of here. We got your stupid stuff. Oh, jeez. Line 52 already? The U-Bahn trip back from the Adenauerplatz is a shaky one. Surprisingly, the train's packed. The only empty seats are at the very back of the car. A haggard-looking young mother marches down the aisle, dragging her three screaming children behind her. Two boys and a girl, each around 6 years old. Swimming easier, her eyes fixed on the frozen patches of bioengineered meat that you liberated from Sutherland's executive freezer. She opens her mouth to say something, but at that moment the little girl jams a finger into her brother's nose. The boy howls, and the young mother's shoulders slump. Slowly, robotically, she turns back towards her destination, begins to trundle forward, dragging her squalling offspring forward with the solemnity of a funeral procession. Eventually, the train hums to a stop. You depart gratefully, the lugging a freezer's worth of Bioware samples behind you. Neat. Ugh. Come again. 2. Hey Sam, do you guys need any more money yet? No. Cool. Optional. Return the Bioware to Dr. Esgabel. Look, what would I do with them? Probably just eat them, really. Xavier! Escabel's expression brightens when he catches sight of you. Ah, you're back. Do you have my merchandise? I do, in fact. It's right here. He freely snatches the samples from your hands. So you do. Yes, yes, yes. This is exactly what I've been waiting for. Good work, Pendrelin. The doctor turns away, rifling through the samples and inspecting their labels. He looks like a kid in a candy store. As per our agreement, there will be no monetary compensation for this run. Received 0 million. It's underneath my face, but I tell you, it's there. I will, but if you'll give me a moment, I will add the samples that you've recovered to my inventory. He looks over the samples you've brought him and eagerly begins punching the serial numbers into his PDA. I think that you'll be pleasantly surprised. And now, if you'll excuse me. His sentence trails off as he returns his attention to his merchandise. Hang on, there are a few more details we need to discuss. Fine, fine, but let's make this quick, alright? I want to get this merchandise logged in the inventory before it starts to thaw. The Shiawase Corporation had eyes on that building, had to fight one of their retrieval teams. Oh, I can't say that I'm surprised. They were instrumental in engineering my downfall back in Spain. The bastards brought up all manner of drummed-up charges against me. The tabloid press had a field day. I wouldn't worry about Shiawase. They may have their files on me, but they won't take any direct action against the Curse Bazaar. I have information on several of their executives that would be quite embarrassing if it ever came to light. Don't you want to know what caused the lockdown? Flicker of irritation passes over his face. He reluctantly turns back to face you. Yes. Yes, I suppose that I do. Go ahead, tell me. I'm all ears. It was a stupid accident. Somebody spilled soy calf on a control console, and a bunch of test animals killed the researchers. That's... ugh. It grimaces. That is frustrating. But I suppose that's all water under the bridge. I have my merchandise after all. One of the researchers survived. He's gone insane in there over the past couple of years. He refuses to leave. Thinks he's something called a Night King. How tragic. He pauses for a moment, considering, and shrugs. As far as I'm concerned, he can stay there for as long as he likes. The lease is paid through 2061, and I don't need the building for anything. That's uncharacteristically generous of you, Doctor. The money is already spent, Pendulum. I can't get a refund, and the cleanup costs in getting this building up and running would ruin me, so it's going to sit idle one way or another. Anyway, I already have what I need from the facility. If your little friend wants to play out his fantasies in there, he's more than welcome to. I wash my hands of it. Yeah, we're going to move some unhoused people in there, you dick. Also, yeah, absolutely. I'm a comrade on that. I'd definitely eat human meat if it was safe. That's all I needed. I'll let you get back to your inventory. Or I'll immediately ask to buy things. Bliss. Make an install? Yes. Thanks, Manacles. Yeah, we need one trauma kit because we lost one. Bloody thing. Back to the stash. Cyberware. Looking for Bioware. Essence cost 0.5. Plus 1 charisma? Fuck yeah. Tailored pheromones. Lovely. One willpower, minus 1 intelligence. Sounds pretty good. Essence cost 0. Close range poison attack. No, I think we're okay. Temporarily blinding an opponent. Alpha wear. Oh, we can't afford that one. Dodge and throwing weapons, movement. Well, I mean, 5.5. Cyberware causes essence loss. Essence rounded down. Jeez, okay. You cannot have less than one essence. Yeah, okay, whatever. I want the bonus charisma. That's amazing. Medical supplies, you stash and sell items. Might as well. What am I doing with it? Essentially nothing. Cool. Buy where? Oh man. Dodge and throwing weapons? No, I want Synthicodium Mark II. 3,200. Oh, I know what to do. I think we've got like we're selling some things for credits back at the thing. Let's go to the thing. You can tell it's 10 o'clock at night, huh? My meds have worn off. Here I am saying all the time, I don't need the money, just throw it at the dancers. But like that's 5 million, it's not that much, so. No for better. New messages. Vid, payback is sweet. Hey there, muscle. I was sure Tuck gave me the right address, but I figured it was worth a shot. Don't know if you heard, but our favorite polo club got hit by all sides from the F state today. It's glorious. Anyway, just thought you want to share in the good news. Thanks for your help back there. I don't think we've made another day without you. Raises a hand and salute. Take care, Pendulum. Thanks. Alexander, Pendulum. Hey, Pendulum. Uncle Dietrich said that I should message you here, so I figured that I should. Probably told you I'm living at Somers, huh? Well, that's where I am. It's different, I'll give you that much. I like that I don't get pressured to hurt people here, and that's good. Nobody smacks me around, even though I can tell a lot of the the orcs and trolls want to. I do get yelled at a lot and called a lot of names, but I guess making me feel bad about that kind of thing is all part of the plan. Life kind of sucks right now, but at least nobody's going to make me kill anyone. Uncle D says that it's going to get better, and maybe it will. I don't know. Anyway, what I mostly wanted to say is thanks for not killing me back at the Humanist compound. I had a gun on you, so you totally could have, but you didn't. And I'm really glad about that. Thanks. Claim payment for soul pay data. 400. I don't have anything to sell. Damn. 300. 330.72. I might have that much. Oh, words are hard. That's cute. Oh, well done. Very cool, Loxy and Cleric. That's very good indeed. All right, we're going to go get the other piece of cyberware, then we're saving the game, and we'll be back in a fortnight, okay? All right. Back to Shadowrun. I'll be back on Wednesday. You don't have to go that long without me. I'm playing Kingdom Hearts on Wednesday. I'm so excited for it. Give me the cyberware. Tailored pheromones. 2,000. It was very expensive. No! Fuck, they're both body. Yeah, but I didn't know it was from a particular thing. Fuck. They're both body. One charisma or one dodge throwing weapons movement. The charisma. Always stats. Do I have fucking goddamn? Yeah. Well and truly worth it on that one. Also body. Head. Alright, let's just take the stat bonus. Increased intelligence. Smarty pants. Yeah, me too. I love that it doesn't have when things don't have like branding on it. See? Now we're smarty pants. I'm gonna save up to get more willpower and spellcasting. Sorry, weapon skill. What? You're ridiculous. Save and quit, baby. What a good Shadowrun time. Thank you very much for joining me. That was good as hell. I highly enjoyed it. Shadowrun's fun. The time just seemed to disappear, and that's generally a good sign. So I'm looking forward to more. We will play more Shadowrun in a fortnight from now. But also, I will be here on Wednesday for Kingdom Hearts. I will be checking with Silken Prism, otherwise known as Sam, and we'll see if she's available to join me in person. I certainly hope so. If not, we will be on there anyway. And after that, checking calendar, I don't think there's anything about to come up. We will have Baldur's Gate 3 next week. After that, maybe Chaos Wheel, maybe Book of Hungry Names. Don't know just yet, we'll work it out. Otherwise, thank you very much for joining me, my friends. It has been an absolute delight. I wish for you to like, subscribe, send me on to other people, say, hey, this nerd guy is doing nerd things and he loves people. If you love people too, or at least can tolerate them for long enough to get through a bad accent or 20, come along. Otherwise, have a very good day. Have a very lovely evening. See you Wednesday night. And remember to tell the people you love that you love them very much. Good night, everyone.